Hello, welcome to another weekly video. I've been really struggling with my pregnancy the last few weeks, so I took a couple weeks off. I may slow down a little bit just as I get closer to um, having my baby in July. So it may I may not be doing a whole lot of videos here weekly at least, but I'm going to try to keep up as best I can. Just really tired and don't have much energy to do stuff. But anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and get into my topic today. Um, I've been looking at like questions that a lot of people ask Christians, um, just to kind of give my own take on it. And I was looking at one today where somebody was asking, um, like, I guess do or does science and Christianity kind of oppose itself, um, or basically, does evolution go against Christianity? A lot of There's a lot of debate in the world, I guess, about evolution, and and a lot of people view it as it proves that there is no God because man evolved and things like that. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit from my perspective. Um, and again, um, I'm no what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm no expert on evolution or Christianity or anything like that. This is kind of just my opinion as a Christian, and what I've experienced myself. Um, I've always felt like when you go to different churches um, and you hear different pastors, um, everybody has such a different relationship with God. You'll hear a lot of different views on one particular subject. You could probably hear like 20 different views about evolution. Um, at one point, I was really researching a lot into demonology, and there were just a lot of different opinions and a lot of different views on demonology and how to go about it, things like that. So this is no different. I'm sorry to say there isn't one true answer, because I think the point is, you have to have a relationship with God, and He kind of just has to show you stuff Himself. And I have found that, you know, um, I have learned things from other, I guess I'll say, pastors, spiritual leaders, Christian leaders, that I didn't know, because we have different views. Sometimes we can have a better perspective, or we can understand something better than somebody else. So I'll just say this about evolution: I don't really know a whole lot about it. Um, well, I don't know how God views it, and I feel like I don't really understand all the arguments against Christianity with evolution. I haven't talked in a lot of detail with people about it, so I can't give you like a real great answer probably. But like I said, there are a lot of people that get some more clarity in different subjects. Christians specifically can get some different clarity on stuff. So um, I would never get all your information from one source. But anyway, I'll go ahead and try to kind of explain where or how I view it. Um, for me, I've always kind of not understood why it can't be a little bit of both. Um, God created the world, in my opinion, and that's what it seems to say in the Bible. Now, again, um, I've said this before, the Bible, I think, is very limited in how it describes things. I mean, really, when you look at it, it's just information humans got from other humans. Uh, I think a lot of it is things that God helped people see. Don't get me wrong, but we're still relying on humans to kind of get information. So I feel like there's a lot that isn't. There's a lot of detail that's missing in the Bible, even about creation. Um, I guess that's how I look at it. Um, I don't think anything is black and white in the Bible. And I know it says God created the universe in 7 days, but I feel like everything's open to interpretation. So you just kind of have to realize that there's probably more information than that. But anyway, so I always looked at it like God created the universe and everything in it. But there also is some aspect of evolution involved in in I guess creation. I mean, God created evolution. That's how I view it. Now, I don't think it's as um, in depth, I guess, as some of the evolution stuff I've read. Like I don't know if it's like humans evolved from apes. I don't know if it's quite like that. I always kind of looked at it like some things have to evolve to survive. That's just reality. Um, or I guess there's the theory that like we came from a fish or sorry, I don't know all of it, but I think we started as like a basically a tadpole or something and evolved into monkeys and then humans. I don't think it's quite like that. I do think that there is some evolution because, like I said, um, there's a lot of animals and I mean, I'll just say plants, for example, that have to evolve to survive. Um, the planet's changed over millions of years, and things had to adapt to survive. Um, I mean, I think I had done some research on like I said, some plants that had to that used to be a different shape or whatever, but they had to change shape because um, wherever they're located, or they're just land had dried up, or whatever. Can't think of the exact scenario, but you'll find little things like that all the time. I mean, um, and that's why I say I don't know if it's as complex as you know, like um, like a bird turned into a plant. I don't think it's like that. Like I don't think that um, there were major jumps in evolution, if you could call it that. And I know we can argue anything. Chimps to a human, that's not maybe that's not a major jump, but I just feel like it's not really that complex. I feel like just myself personally, humans were always humans. I don't really think that they evolved from apes, but I'm not saying that's not possible. I think my point is there God can do like anything, so it really I think he invented evolution too. I just don't know how much or how far that goes. Um and I mean, like I said, me personally, I just can't quite grasp that concept of um, chimps to humans. I'm not sure if that's what God intended, God created. I mean, but then who really knows what God did? I mean, most of the time, I don't think anybody has any real um, certainty about what God created or what He didn't. But that's just my view on it. You know, God does have some um, aspect of evolution that is happening in the world, and so he did a little bit of both. That's kind of how I view it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it there, and I thank you for watching. Have a nice day.